Good morning. How is everyone? Good to see you. Good to be seen, so to speak. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our home yoga practice live. I hope that you all have been enjoying discovering and exploring, practicing on your own, seeing what happens on the mat and how that transforms your experience off the mat, in your mind, in the material world, in hopefully what matters. So come on in. If you're new, please feel free to make a comment and let me know that you're here. Today, besides just needing to move and be in a conscious way in my body, I wanted to keep front of mind not only the how of what we're doing in our bodies, and that's integrating in that mindful aspect, my intention, my deliberate nature in my body. I am deliberately extending my arm. Am I extending it with a harshness and abruptness or with a kindness? And do I know how to feel that, right? So that's a how. But the why, the why is very important in this practice. And I know that many of us arrive at the thing that we think is yoga with a physical thing, like, oh, I've got a backache, or my doctor said this might help me, or I feel really tight and I need to stretch. So many reasons, right? I've heard this can help me sleep. I've heard this can help with my blood pressure. I've heard it can help me with my depression. So many of us arrive with an expectation of why we're here, right? We're here for some sort of prescription. Oftentimes. That isn't always the case, but oftentimes. But I like to bring my intention of why I'm here on a regular basis. Not just in general, why do I do yoga? Because it's going to change. Heck, it changes from the morning to the evening of my intention of my yoga space. So the how is one thing, how I'm doing it in my body, how I'm practicing it in my breath, how I'm practicing it in my mind, and my actions off the mat. Then the why. So I want to start today in a bit of a meditative space. I think I'm going to do that in child's pose. And then throughout practice today, I think I'll try to speak to and cue on opportunities to check in with, am I connected with my why? And please know that if you're new to checking us out, whether you're here live or in on demand, that this is less of a whole 60-minute do everything in here. Nah, this is a, hey, if you want to pull this part and you want to do that occasionally at home, great. To help you build what is your connection with yoga, yoking, connecting. That's yoga. And we'll use the physical body for that connective tissue. We use the breath body for that connective tissue. And then we get to look at the connective tissue in our mind, which is often a jumbled mess. Mine is, I'm only going to speak for myself, mine is a jumbled mess. And how all of those connective tissues are connecting in with whatever is our higher intention in life, our ultimate on purpose and purpose of life, or spirit, whatever you want to call that. But are you connecting with that, yoking with that? And then letting that come back through our connective tissue. And then that spirit or that purpose gets to be expressed in that arm when it's extending, so that we come together as a whole integrated being. All right, went deep, didn't even mean to. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga. Looking forward to seeing if anyone drops anything into the chat so that I can interact and have my connective tissue connect with yours and yours with mine. Otherwise, if you are joining for a physical practice, I'm going to start in child's pose. You choose your how right now. We're going to sit in a bit of a reflective, call it meditative space, And if you want to do that in child's pose, if you want to do that lying down, if you want to do that standing up, take a moment and say, what do I want to do? What is it that I need? What might be different and offer me a new experience? Maybe even your how helps you say, you know what? For this, I can hear. I'm just going to go look out a window until they cue that we're going to come back and do anything different. Give yourself that much permission in your practice so that it starts to become genuine for you. Alrighty. If you are joining for child's pose, feel free to make your way to hands and knees. Maybe you need a little extra cushioning. I don't know if you can tell here that I have 2 mats. So it is providing a little added cushioning under my knee joints. I'm going to have my knees a little bit wide, letting my belly and my chest come down here. So the how of how we're positioning our body. How are we occupying our breath right now? Ingest those words, internalize them. Bring it into practice in yourself. How is my body? How is it lengthening? How is it rooting? How is it finding ease? How in my breath? How is it expressing itself? Am I listening? Maybe you're standing and you still do the same thing. How? How am I standing? How is my body? Is there ease? Is there discontent? And slowly allow the mind to transition to why. Perhaps just ask ourselves, why am I here? Why in my mind? And hear those answers coming to you. My answers are slow down and get quiet. I don't know what your answers are, but let them be legitimate, whatever it is you hear. The answer can be, I don't know. And that's all right. We commit to being here and observing and acting with non-harm, with truthfulness, not stealing or appropriating, being moderate, not hoarding, being as pure and genuine as we can be, dedicated and devoted to being here, being contented, looking at ourselves with kindness and studying the ways of being and surrendering to something bigger than ourselves. And if you're up at standing or in a different position, if you're wishing to join us in a physical space, I'm going to start on my knees. Standing on the knees, feeling the body move, feeling how I got there, because the how I move matters. Not the where I'm trying to arrive. How I get there matters. A little bit of space in between the thighs, going to Ustrasana or Camel. A very gentle space to start. Hands supporting my back. Softening the tissue in my belly and my chest. Softening the tissue in my thighs and my buttocks. And allowing my awareness to feel, how is the body, how is the breath, how is my mind, how am I holding my body right now? And remember that non-harming, that non-stealing, that truthfulness. Breathe in. Being moderate, being contented. And when we notice that something isn't content, isn't moderate, if there's something we want to adjust about that, go back to the non-harming. And I'm going to gradually release, bringing my hands back to my ankles, head down, going to rabbit or Apanasana. Starting to lift the hips, rolling onto the top of the head. Experiencing my existence, my awareness with my head touching the earth, shoulders reaching up to the ceiling. Experiencing my spine, experiencing how I am putting pressure in different parts of the body. Is that non-harming still true? Is my honesty still true? My contentment, and what am I studying? What am I noticing on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level? I'm going to gently lower my hips down, coming back to sitting back on the heels, if you can. Some of you might want a block to sit on here. Perhaps this is too much pressure on your knees or your ankles. I'm going to bring the right hand behind my back, and I'm just going to hold here and rub and caress my own back of my heart. Feeling that how. Am I accepting this how? Feeling the top of this elbow reaching up the back of this arm, feeling the physical body. And I'm going to release and bring the other hand up and over, feeling that arm move, feeling my intention. I'm going to keep my eyes open so that I'm deliberately feeling how my eyes are receiving this moment. Not a thing that it's seeing. How are my eyes, my ears receiving this moment? How is my sense of touch through this organ of skin receiving this moment, the temperature at this moment in the day, the air in the room this moment in the day, the breath in my body this moment. Now I'm going to rub my heart again here. Feel my hand, my left hand doing this expression. Good. I'm going to bring the hands out in front of me, basically because my knees were starting to say, hello, can you come out of there? I'm going to start to find a few cat and cows, allowing the spinal column to start to move. After any strain of holding the positions we just had. And I'm just going to slow down now and reflect on my own how my spine is receiving this movement, how it is expressing itself in this movement, making sure my mind isn't trying to be in charge. And that can be an aspect of practicing that can be so new to many of us. What? You're not going to tell me how many to do or how fast to do it or when to breathe? No, can we start to allow our own purity, our pure expression? Remember, pure doesn't mean perfect. It just means authentic. So let whatever's happening happen. And notice what crops up for you. It could be so simple as my left wrist is going numb, to my mind is getting bored, or I'm actually starting to notice I'm getting angry or frustrated or pissed off. That's your experience of this moment, and it just is. And we accept it and we breathe it. We build a familiarity. Now I'm going to pull left hip to left shoulder, right hip to right shoulder. Oh, my hips are saying, you know what? We haven't done this in a minute. It feels a little sassy. And so that's me observing what's going on in my mind and my emotions, my sensual nature checking in. Like, it feels sassy. I'm digging it. I'm feeling some side waist core muscles. Good. I'm going to do a few neck rotations. Now, you don't have to do these. Or maybe you're doing them and saying, okay, that's a lot to explore. You could go back to child's pose. You could go back to standing and take a break. And then you could come back and do this again. And that could be the sum total of your practice today. The child's pose, the camel, the rabbit, the cat and cow. I'm going to change direction of my neck rotation. Experiencing your body in that. Taking a break in it and then doing it again and noticing what changes. And just spending time with your bones, your flesh, your breath, your mind. I'm going to sink it back to child's pose now, basically because I was getting a little dizzy. I was probably going a bit fast. I'm not going to say it was too fast. I'm just saying, hey, that's what it created in me. And I'm just absorbing right now, feeling myself, giving myself a break. Trying to let that seep in, like water just seeping into soil. Let my breath seep into the body. I'm going to come back to my why. Some of those words for me had been quiet and slow down. I'm going to lengthen the arms out in front. Breathing in, coming forward to hands and knees. I'm going to tuck the toes and as slowly as I can in this moment. Lift the hips up. Sink the head down for downward facing dog. And I'm going to feel the physical body, how it's responding, how it's receiving. How am I expressing and practicing non-harming right here? In different aspects of my physical body, my palms, can I be non-harming there? My chest and my belly, backs of my legs. You scan different areas of your body. How are you practicing non-harming? How are you feeling and experiencing truth? How are you feeling and experiencing moderation? I'm going to bring the left knee down and step the right foot up slowly, placing it down, feeling the contact, the moment of contact in different areas of the foot. Left hand down, revolving the chest. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Stay here if you like. My body is wishing to expand its energy and find a little bit more space while I'm straightening my left leg. Breath in, breath out. Come down when you need. When you can no longer be true to the non-harming, to the moderation, to whatever your why was of coming to your mat. I'm going to bring this right hand down, stepping my left foot up. I'm going to hang. I'm going to shift forward and back here just to check in. How am I standing in my feet? I'm going to grab opposite elbows and let my upper body hang, allowing myself to kind of just let go and practice contentment. This is enough. And observe all that's going on a physical level. Those knees can be soft, softening the feet. Maybe just kind of go through in your mind, okay, did I do my how? Am I aware of where I am in my how? How am I standing? How am I releasing? How is my mind releasing around that? Or is my mind not releasing? Is my mind trying to cling, trying to figure something out? Is my mind distracted? How am I experiencing this moment? And your why. Why are you here? Right in this moment, in this shape. I'm going to release my arms, rolling the spine up, feeling my physical body respond and talk to me. Arriving upright, feeling the transition, the arriving, not the arrival. I'm going to do a few shoulder rotations. My upper back and chest felt tight. If there's a different area in your body that's feeling tight, maybe you want to move the legs around. I'm going to do the shoulders. How to arrive on our mat, genuinely moving with intention, connecting to the intention of our spirit and our mind and our bodies. I'm going to breathe in and lift, feeling my willingness to lift in my body, lift in my attitude, lift in my gaze, and then exhale, forward folding. How willing am I to surrender on a physical level, on a breath level, and a mental level. Breath in, lifting the chest up halfway. Maybe your hands are resting somewhere. Feel how the belly is holding your chest. I'm checking right now, am I in my left leg or my right leg more? Do I know where I am? How is my body holding its breath right here? Conducting the breath. I'm going to bring my hands down. I'm going to step the right leg back. Bring that knee down. Right hand down. Perhaps you want to block here to bring the floor a little higher. I'm going to twist. What's twisting? How am I twisting my body? Am I doing it with force? Where in the spine, in the belly, in different areas of the waist? How am I supporting myself in my left foot and my right knee? Breath in, Breath out. I'm going to find that straight leg on this side. Remember that may not be for you. Just because I'm cueing it or I'm saying that I'm doing it. I'm doing it for me. Ah. Ah. Can you let an expression, a sound come out? How is it coming out? Is it coming out freely? Is it coming out trapped or forced? I'm going to bring my left hand down, bring the right knee down, unstep the left knee back, and find child's pose. Maybe you want to come to standing. Perhaps you want to lay down. Perhaps you want to do something else instead of child's pose. There's benefit in an early practice to continue to do the same thing so that you can build the awareness of where you are in different areas of the body. You can build that awareness of where you are in your breath and your mind. Sometimes running through a butt ton of poses is just creating a distraction. And so then we're never present. We're always going to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, kind of like a hungry Pac-Man. I'm going to bring my hands to my ankles, bring my head as close to my knees as I can. I'm going to come up to rabbit again, rolling onto the top of the head, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. So we don't want to apply too much pressure on the head. So try to feel yourself lifting the weight off of the head, drawing the neck up to the ceiling. Now that how that I'm saying is to protect your neck. Otherwise, you get to experience what you're experiencing. Left side of your spine, middle of your back. Where are you driving the energy from? Do you know? Breathe in. Breathe out. Where's your breath getting stuck? Where's your mind getting stuck? And I'm going to lower my hips down. You can stay in it. Maybe that's a really yummy space for you. I'm going to come up to standing on my knees, a little bit of space. I'm going to find my camel once again. Hands to the back. Lifting the hips. Aiming the chest up. And I like to keep myself mindful of having energy rising, not dumping down and back. Feeling an equal balance of that energy so that my low back isn't taking so much of that pressure. And studying how energy is moving through me. Is the energy of my mind dominating my body? Am I being truthful about where my body wants to go? Or am I just using my body as a demo tool? And that's a hazardous space, right? I have to find a way to be genuine and authentic to me. And maybe your back can take more, maybe your back can take less. So I'm hoping that I can be genuine in offering the tools so that you can find your way in a safe manner in your body. All right, I'm going to start to find, actually I'm going to work the shoulders one more time, hooking under that left arm. I think I told you my shoulders were feeling a little kind of way after that down dog. So I'm just seeing how this area of the body, does it feel free? Does it feel trapped, tight, restrained? I'm going to start to find a little bit more movement, and I'm just considering it staying in my heat, staying in the stay, all right? And a lot of practices refer to this kind of flow as a vinyasa, all right? So my only point about it is that I'm going to stay in movement. You could have a far more aggressive vinyasa where you're adding a butt ton more poses. I think I'm just going to stick mostly with the poses we've done and feel the going through and the going through and the going through of it all. Please stop, take a pause, whenever you need. If your heart rate is coming a little too fast, if you're feeling overheated, if your body is getting exhausted or fatigued, do you know when the body is saying stop, when your spirit is saying stop? And we use this connection to honor, not command or dominate any one of our bodies. That physical body connective tissue, breath body connective tissue, mental body connective tissue, wisdom and spirit body connective tissue. All right, if you're joining, I'm going to find child's pose. Breathing in, coming forward to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Left knee coming down, right foot coming up. Left hand down, twisting. Tucking the left toes, straightening. Right hand down, stepping the left foot up. Rolling the spine up. Breathing in, reaching, lifting, offering. Exhaling, forward fold, letting go. Half flat back, stepping the right knee back, right hand down and twist. Perhaps you're straightening the back leg. Breath in, breath out, left hand down. I'm going to step my left foot back to plank, lower down to my belly. Breathing in, lifting from the earth gently from my heart into cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog, feeling flesh and breath working with the earth and gravity. Right knee down, stepping my left foot up, twisting. Maybe straightening that back leg and stepping the right foot up, rolling the spine up. What am I seeing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I letting go of and surrendering? Accepting santosha, contentment. Letting enough course through the body and the mind. Half flat back. I'm going to step the left leg back, left knee down, revolving. Tucking the back toes, straightening that back leg. And plank. You could do that on hands and knees. And remember, you're finding your sequence, your flow of just saying, I'm going to keep going through it and feeling the body conduct energy, breath, conduct energy, downward facing dog. Right knee down, step the left foot up, twisting, straightening. What's different now as we come through, feeling kind of familiar? It starts to take on its own rhythm, its own remembered space. It becomes a new home, a new house. What parts of the body are we becoming more aware of? Feeling more open or more free or more expressive in? How is that expressing itself? Why are you here? Why are you on your mat today? Can you let that come through your physical body? How are we feeling as heat starts to build? Are we rushing? Is the breath getting choppy? Or is it still expressing non-harming or love? Can we go through this sequence and just let our attention be on the how of our breath and let our breath express love? That non-harming. That non-harming, nourishing breath. Stepping up one more time in this sequence. And child's pose. I'm going to bring that right hand between the shoulder blades once again, finding that right elbow this time, and a gentle side bend to the left, encouraging that elbow with the hand just a little, and release. I'm going to find the other side. And release, bringing the hands behind the back. Remember I said my shoulders. I'm going to work the neck. Shoulders down, lifting the neck off of my body upward. That's the intention. Like just feel that upward pull. Make space. Believe that I can make space. Where does belief or non-belief stop us from different aspects of practicing and different aspects of experience because we don't believe? And release. Can we open ourselves to possibility? And that's the beginning of belief. Opening ourselves to possibility. I'm going to come on down. I'm going to bend this is my left leg. I'm going to step this right knee over. All right, so my hips are really looking forward to that. I've been in that neutral space, compressing by sitting back with those bent knees on the shins, really compressing the calf. So it's really nice to feel that blood flow. We've got the right foot down. I'm going to wrap this left arm around, right hand down. Breath in and twist. Breath in and twist. Inhale. Twist. I'm going to release that twist. Now I'm going to stack this right ankle on my left knee for a double pigeon. And this may not be for some of us. And if it isn't, just find a cross-legged space. Or you could just keep this leg bent that way and have this leg here for when we come across, all right? Because a lot of times, if this is very tight, this is how that might present. Or we might be leaning to one side or the other because of how tight that is, right? It's tipping the body over. So please don't look at this as, oh, my body should do that. Heck, my body might not be should doing that. How's that for English? Probably not such a good thing. All right, shin over shin. If you're working on your double pigeon, listen. How is the body? How is the breath? Are we feeling upward intention in the chest? Or is the flesh just kind of blooped and letting just gravity stop us from slumping to the ground? Do we know how to exist in our bodies that way? I'm going to twist to the right, my right. And I'm going to twist to the left. Up. Where's the up? And then we do it in a non-harmful way. We do it in a loving way. We're honest with ourselves about what the body wants to do and can do. Honest with ourselves in our breath and our mind. Oh, my body just invited a little bit of extra movement in that twist. And I'm going to release and allow the upper body to come forward. Some of you might just rest right here and call it good. Others may walk it forward, laying your chest down and experiencing the landscape of sensation inside of the bones of the pelvis and the hips, inside of the flesh and the skin, inside of our breath, inside of the mind. Are we being moderate? Are we being honest? Are we feeling devotion and commitment to our practice, to connecting with ourselves, to feeling? Contented with where we are, studying ourselves with kindness, surrender. I'm going to bring myself back upright. I'm just going to straighten my legs. Maybe clear some fleshy bits. Sitting upright and coming forward. Now your knees could be bent here if you prefer. Your hands can just hold wherever, high up, letting the body come. Maybe the arms are down here. Maybe your hands find your ankles or your feet easily. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Try not to crunch yourself. Feel yourself inviting space. Whether much happens or not, doesn't matter. Just leave the door open. That invitation to yourself, leave it open. Can you inwardly spin the thigh bones? Inward rotation. A gentle intention of that. Can the breath come into that space? Can the breath come in your mind? And let's gradually bring ourselves upright. All right, I'm going to find the other side on that Matsyasana. I'm going to bend this knee, stepping the left foot over, trying not to lean. So I'm going to bring this hip down. Ooh, left hip, left thigh. I T-band, but definitely connected in my sacrum. It's mine. Nothing for me to fix. It's something that I've been living with. So it's like, oh, this is how my left side is manifesting itself. I could spend so much time analyzing all of the things that I've done in my life to mess it up. I could blame it on menstruation, like right now, well, that's why that's tight. Or I could just say, this is what it's saying today. This is how much it wants to move today. And how am I going to treat it? How am I going to walk in it today? What does it get to remind me about kindness? Breath in, sit up, exhale, twist. Oftentimes, this left side teaches me so much about patience, acceptance, and it's taken me a long time to get to this acceptance. But I also really love the acceptance of this moment. And then, like around 4 o'clock, I'll do another light practice, and it'll move differently. And so I get to accept that moment. So I don't want my body at 10:30 in the morning to be the body that it is at 4 p.m. or be the body that it is at 9. I'm just practicing learning how to meet myself where it is. How does my spirit get to come through it? Is it coming through angry? Is it coming through dissatisfied, not contented? Does it come through and blast out on other people? All right, so I'm finding my double pigeon on this side. You feel this now. It's coming around into this left hip flexor. But otherwise, also spend time feeling the how of the body in the spots that aren't the screaming spots, right? The spots that are like, oh, that feels good, right? My neck is actually feeling kind of loose. Shoulders, the brightness in my face, my eyes, my ears. So try not to let our practice be a laser light of everything we're looking for that's wrong. Can we also be in a space of going, oh, that sensation, that's kind of yummy. That's delicious. Like, where's the yum? All right. Yeah, that's an honoring of my good friend John. Breath in, sitting up, exhale. I'm going to twist. Remember, you don't have to be doing exactly as I'm doing. Maybe you're twisting and your body's in a different position in the legs. Maybe you've decided to do a forward fold. Really, the intention of today's theme is how and why. And how are we bringing our mindful attention to the how the body is moving, how the pressure is being applied. Breath in, sitting up, I'm finding the other side. Exhale. How of our tempo, how in our breath, how is the breath, the mind, the body, and the spirit communicating with one another? How are we practicing and experiencing non-harming and moderation and non-stealing? Purity. There's enough little nuggets for us to grab onto that you can find a how and sit with that through the day. And then it's a moving meditation, right? We're moving issues in our tissues and meditating on it. And then we're moving more issues in our tissues and we're meditating on it, not fixing it, not imposing upon it. We're fully integrating with it and letting it be a part of us in acceptance and full knowledge. We're here inviting knowledge, inviting understanding. inviting relating. I'm going to slowly bring myself upright. And I'm going to straighten my legs one more time for a Dandasana or staff pose, and then a Paschimottanasana, that east-west stretch, forward folding over the Dandasana. All right, so the Dandasana is here. Sitting upright, shoulders down, up, down. Up and down. I'm going to be here for a moment so that I can experience the how in different areas of my body. How am I experiencing down in my heels and my calves? How am I experiencing down in my sit bones and my thighs? How am I experiencing up through the back of my neck? And I just had to check in with myself, not perfecting up, not doing it perfectly, just experiencing up, surrendering to up. Can I feel the space where the down and the up are separate from one another? Where's the gap? Where the up is pulling away from the down, where the down is pulling away from the up. And I'm still not perfecting anything. I'm not here to think my way through it. I'm here to feel it. Feel the emotions, feel the sensations. Feel my thoughts, not do the thoughts. What? And let's breathe in. And exhale, come forward. Feel the thoughts, not do the thoughts. Feel the energy of pushing the legs down and lifting through the back of the neck, even when the body is folding forward. How is the flesh receiving it? How is the body responding? And how do I find some ease? Maybe exert a little less. Soften into my expression of it, but stay. Soften into the expression of it, but stay. And I'm going to gradually bring myself upright and invite us to come to Shavasana on our backs. Actually, I'm going to lie down in Shavasana and then do Supta Baddha Konasana. So first, legs out in front, your arms wherever you would like them to be. So just like in the beginning of practice, and I said, whatever posture you want to be in, commit to it and just lie in it. This is a posture of stillness. How are you experiencing stillness? How are you flexing a stillness muscle somewhere? And slowly
Slide the feet up, letting the knees fall open. If you're comfortable doing this posture, this is a very revealing posture. It's a very exposed space, a vulnerable space. So you could choose wherever if you want to change the positioning of your legs. I'm going to stay here in this reclining, bound angle. Feeling the areas of my body that are tensing, and I'm encouraging that stillness again. That quietude, that acceptance, that surrender. Everything is as it should be. This is the body we have. This is the breath we have. These are the joints we have, the wounds we have, the abilities we have, the energy we have. This is it. Gratitude and love and acceptance, contentment. You could find the Shavasana and straighten the legs, or keep the legs the way they are. Maybe adjust your head, your shoulders, your arms for ease. Readjust now and again. Perhaps there's more ease to be discovered. Opening ourselves to belief. Belief that we can experience something differently. Belief that we don't know, and we are inviting the knowledge. We are inviting that truth and that experience. Feel your body. Feel your breath. Contented and at ease in this moment. Invite your mind to contentment and ease. I'm going to slowly bring my thighs together, rolling over to whatever side we wish, into a fetal position, our seed pose. I'm allowing myself to come upright. Finding a sitting position that works for you.
And feel how connected all of those connective tissues feel, the physical connection with the breath connection, with the mental connection, with the spirit or wisdom connection. And try to carry that with you. Sorry for the dog. May the calm in the body carry with us throughout the day, reminding the mind. And may a calm mind help serve the calm body. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this has been a home yoga practice, exploring the how and the why. You get to choose whatever those postures are, choosing how many of them that you're wanting to do. But we talked a little bit about the mindset and the intention. That is really what starts to help guide us into our yoking, our yoga practice. You do it as many times as you wish, as fast as you wish, as slowly as you wish. Maybe you'll start to confront, I always need to do things fast. Maybe today I will explore experiencing it more slowly, believing that there's maybe some wisdom in there. And if we're always super slow, maybe we can start to ask for ourselves to explore and believe that there is a wisdom in maybe amping it up another hair in this moment. Peace. Be well, go forth, and do great things. Check out more on our blog at justbeyoga.com. And if it's in your heart or your pocket, feel free to offer a donation at paypal.me/justbeyoga. Peace, everyone. Namaste.